Hi dreamers, and welcome back to Primed and Clueless, where I'm primed and Kale is... Yeah. We've no Hayden today. Oh! Hayden's sick.
We needed 2 pence for the bus and we sold him.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
No, Hayden has tonsillitis and so is at home going cough, 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 cough.
We were going to sell them to cash converters, but they were like a little whack about it.
They were. We went in right before closing. They were really kind of like passive aggressive to us. And they would like slap Hayden down on the table and they were like, do you have a charger? And we're like, no. They were like, oh, we can't accept him without a charger.
And then they pulled up eBay to look at like prices, like asking prices. But the thing is, like, we've looked after our Hayden for a while, like almost mint.
Yeah.
Like, we buzz cut him every now and then.
Yeah.
We smack on a little mustache.
Sometimes.
Those eyebrows? Gone through several whippersnippers for those.
It's true.
So basically we traded him in for some money for the bus.
2 pence.
Yeah, but now I need someone to help steer the ship because good golly gosh.
I did think about what if we just did a Kale episode. And it was just Kale.
It would feel like going to the zoo and like seeing an iguana and being like, is it real? And then it will like blink slowly and being like, oh shit.
Oh, this isn't just a PNG image of Kale painting.
No.
Speaking of painting,
Ugh.
what are you painting today?
I don't know. I panicked. So I'm either gonna redeem this old paint job of mine that I think is rancid and I want to fix, or Jules wants me to paint this eventually, and I just remembered that.
That's true. This got painted by someone else, and then they could never finish it.
Yeah.
And they did a really good job, and I'm too scared to clean it up and finish painting it. You be careful though, because
the rock comes off.
The rock does come off. Oh, it doesn't want to come off right now. But it does come off.
But I'm thinking I'm gonna keep all the parts that were done.
Yes.
And then just build off of like the cloth and stuff that needs doing.
Yes.
Just to like maintain, because like the skin is really, really cool on this guy, and the hair as well. That's if that ends up happening. I don't know what's going on. I'm also gonna varnish this guy that we got from Print to Table.
Shout out Print to Table.
Shout out Print to Table. One of the Pokemon Avengers minis that they've got.
They got 15% off like everything right now.
Yeah.
That's included.
Yeah.
You can go get that. Link in chat, probably. Put it in chat.
Is the giveaway still happening?
The giveaway's still happening. If you want to win it for free,
if you want the whole bloody set,
go to their Instagram and comment and like the post and follow them and follow us. And then you're in the running to win a set of 6 of them. Speaking of, look what I'm playing today.
The Shulk.
Bulbayoke. Hulk Bulbasaur.
Bulging Bulbasaur.
Bulbing Bulbasaur. That is the Hulk Bulbasaur. Very cool. Kale gave me a very lovely exact colour right before we started. For what colour to paint him. Kale, you've painted a Bulbasaur before.
Yes.
Did you use that colour?
I did not. It was probably at the bottom of a drawer somewhere.
Sometimes these things escape us. But that's okay.
Yeah.
But this is looking very good. This is looking
Thanks.
very neat and tidy.
I was saying to Jules before the stream, so this is the Mark, I think 42 colour scheme, the like black and gold with the red sort of arc colours. And I think I've got them here. I painted an Iron Man for Marvel Crisis Protocol, and I did not use this colour scheme. And I think I'm kicking myself because of that. Because while I'm vaguely happy with this dude, like seeing what he could have been, the fact that the Charmander version of him is the one where I'm like happy with.
How big are the bases?
For Marvel Crisis Protocul?
They're pretty big. They're like 32 millimeter. You could use him.
I think you could probably. Hang on.
Could you just rip him off the back? Whoa!
Yeah, so that fit. So you could use this as an Iron Man proxy for Marvel Crisis Protocol if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
And that Hulk, I don't think I have the Hulk size base.
But surely he's big enough.
He could fit.
He could work.
He could
I mean,
fit.
if he's too small, you can just put him on a really big base. And then it's fine.
Yeah, so there's another big cool thing, is if you want to paint these cool, cute guys, you can use them for Marvel Crisis Protocol if you really want to. That'd be a really cute game to run, actually.
That would be really
It's like
fun.
an Avengers mirror match, but it's the Pokemon boys. But yes, that's what we're painting. I think we're gonna get started on this lady.
Chat says that things always escape them as well, so you're not alone.
Sweet.
Support for Kale in chat. We've got some things to yap about today.
We certainly do.
Because we were hanging out, watching YouTube as we do.
Yeah.
Kale has had a generational run of showing me YouTube videos and being like, this is so good, this is like my favourite thing, and it's buns. It's so bad.
But I love them.
And I have a generational run of showing Kale movies and Kale being like, I don't know if I want to watch that movie, and I'm like, it's really good, and then Kale watches it and it's like, 5 stars!
I'm getting closer and closer to watching K-pop Demon Hunters.
Let's go!
Because I realized I was like this is the kind of shit that like Pixar should have been doing.
And you're not even supporting it.
I'm not even supporting it.
Bridgekeeper99 says, hey peeps, hi, welcome to the stream. Get comfy, get cozy.
Hello.
What are we talking about today?
We're going to be talking about D&D. And specifically D&D and tabletop games in the year of our Lord 2025. Or lady. We don't know.
I forgot that what I was setting up with the YouTube bit.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, that was the whole... There was a reason, I promise I wasn't just ragging on Kale's YouTube videos.
Watch Big Top Burger.
We were scrolling through the YouTube For You page and there was a video about Critical Role! Campaign 4!
Which was something I wasn't excited about.
Yeah.
But now I am.
And we watched that video together, 16 minutes, and I kid you not, I nearly cried watching that video because of just the joy towards tabletop RPG content that was inside of that video, what it packed in. It was gorgeous, it was epic, it was lovely. And when I said to Kale, what do you want to talk about? On Tuesday, Kale said...
Dungeons and Dragons and Critical Role Campaign 4 specifically.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today, because there's some very exciting things.
Yeah.
They've announced that they have 13 players.
What? How are they going to do that?
And that they're switching up the systems a little bit. And then also today will be our first ever Clueless Comics Club. So make sure to stick around to the end for that, because if you have been reading the book that we told you to read, Absolute Batman, Volume 1, The Zoo, we're going to chat about it, we're going to yap about it.
Yeah.
But also if you haven't read it, stick around. That's chill.
Will we be covering spoilers for the arc?
A little bit.
Because
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like it's the type of thing you can still read even if you know the spoilers as well. Because I feel like I knew most of it going in, because it was just became so, like, popular in culture. And yeah, we'll be talking a little bit just about, like, our month with comics in general. But alas, let me put some paint on my wet palette.
Woo.
Alrighty.
I'm always saying this.
Saying what? Woo?
No, putting paint on my wet palette.
Kale, how often do you paint outside of Primed and Clueless?
Never. Which is like, I don't know. I swear up and down that I like painting miniatures. Do I do it? No.
I've not painted since I was last on the pod.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Since I painted Shadowheart for that was like a month?
Hello, mate.
2 months? 3? I don't know.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
But I'm here and I'm painting now.
It's a really rewarding hobby, and it's one where like the improvement to effort sort of ratio is good enough, and like there's not a wide enough gulf of skill levels really to where it's like intimidating to get into and you like can't start. But getting it going, setting up the wet palette, clearing like fucking 8 hours of time to start working on it, and then like sticking to it for that time. Holy shit, is it rough?
Yeah. We were talking the other day about how hard it is to have painting as a hobby when you don't have a designated painting space.
Yeah.
Because like it's the type of thing that like you can't see like much of the table right now, but like we've got like piles of paint over one side, wet palettes and places to wipe our brushes and like all this like stuff. We're taking up half of like a dining room table in here to paint. And we have to set all this up to sit down and paint. And that's really annoying. And so if you don't have a designated spot, it's really hard to just kind of like sit down and go for it.
Yeah, when I paint at home, I've got like an office chair and then the top of my chest of drawers.
Yeah.
Which, like, it works, but, like, oh man, is it claustrophobic sometimes.
Surprisingly, as someone who has a lot of, like, Dungeons and Dragons, like, spaces, I don't have a designated painting space. This is where I will paint if I am to ever paint. Because the light's good and stuff, but then I have to convert the table. So it is annoying. But boy, howdy, is it joyful. Speaking of joyful, they announced the players in the Critical Role Campaign 4.
Yeah.
And I was quite excited by this, because I did recognize some of the players, because they were in Critical Role before, but also because they were in some non-related D&D campaigns that were very big online. So I'm going to read through the list of people that have been announced, and then we can go through them one by one and yap about them if we like them, if we don't, or if we have any sort of feelings about them. And if you in chat love anyone, let us know. Laura Bailey is back. I actually can't remember how to pronounce this name. It's Luis Carrazzo. Luis? Might be Luis.
Okay.
Luis Carrazzo. If you know in chat. I've got the picture in my head.
He's the Punisher looking guy.
Yeah, he's the one from Calamity. I'm pretty sure. Robbie Damond. Abria Iyengar. Let's go. Taliesin Jaffe, Ashley Johnson, Matthew Mercer. I did write in here, Matei Mercer.
Matei Mercer.
An accident. Whitney Moore, Liam O'Brien, Marisha Ray, Sam Regal, Alex Ward, Travis Willingham, and then, of course, Game Master is Brennan Lee Mulligan. So that's 13 people.
Yeah. Which, like, when I heard that was one of the two things I heard about this.
Oh, chat says that it's Mark Mercer, actually. Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, Mark. Disrespectful to the infinitely talented Mark Mercer from D20 on a Bus.
When I heard that it was going to be 13 players, I thought it was a shit post. I thought it was like an anti-Critical Role smear post. Like, it's gonna
that's
be.
How it feels like half the time. Yeah.
So there's gonna be 13 players, and it's not gonna be Daggerheart. And I was like, oh, so this is like not real, because like they've gotta play Daggerheart, right? No,
they're not.
So a huge thing that I've been really, really sad about Daggerheart, where I should be excited, and I've hated the idea of Daggerheart and the idea of Critical Role being the like one-stop place for the hobby now. And I talked to some friends about it, and it was less that I hate Daggerheart and more I'm mourning D&D, because like that's the hobby. It's not. I'm not like a TTRPG guy. I love D&D specifically, and the community around D&D, and Critical Role was a huge part of that. So not only like losing the Critical Role part of the D&D community, but also losing D&D as a hobby and as a space and as like a pastime and interest was really saddening to me. So the idea that we might be getting a redeemed Dungeons and Dragons instead of fuck you, we're doing the new thing, has made me all the more excited for Campaign 4. Because they're going to be running the 2024 rules. Yes,
with direct help from ex-lead designers of Wizards of the Coast, Jeremy Crawford and Chris Perkins, who are just going to like be there to help Brennan make the campaign with the D&D 2024 rules, which is so exciting.
So they're going to get the best version of the new D&D rules.
And as someone who's like been so hesitant to even try out these new rules, because like how do you implement what is essentially a patch update into a tabletop RPG game? Because it's not just a book where it's like, here's all the things that are different.
Yeah.
It's like an actual full book designed for you to be running it if you've never played it before. Reteaching myself those rules is going to take a lot of time, and it's not an amount of effort I want to put in. But if that's something you can just casually pick up by watching Campaign 4, that's pretty epic.
Yeah.
Because I know that's how a lot of people just learned D&D, was by watching Critical Role.
That's how I learned how to do cool shit as a ranger. It's by watching Critical Role Campaign 1. It was very heartening to hear that like I don't have to say goodbye to D&D. There are ways to enjoy it, and while the current state of Dungeons and Dragons officially with D&D Beyond and with Hasbro and with all of that is still extremely scummy, and awful, and like I don't like the idea of giving money to that. It feels like this is a way to enjoy those things in a way that's almost like not entirely divorced from Hasbro and from Wizards of the Coast, but like involving them as little as they can. Like taking the rules and then like doing your own thing and still being entirely Critical Role and under the supervision and like the tweaking of the two guys who brought you like the best of the 2014 rules anyway. It just sounds like a redemption more than...
Also, like, I feel like Wizards of the Coast were not going to let Chris Perkins and Jeremy Crawford make 2024 D&D what they really wanted it to be and how they wanted it to be seen by the public and the adventures they wanted to, like, and stories they wanted to tell.
Yeah.
And now they kind of get to do that with creative freedom by, like, a group of people that just want to see D&D thrive. And I think, like, I was worried about Critical Role, I guess, like, jumping the gun as well and doing, like, Daggerheart completely and ditching D&D because, like, they got here because of D&D.
Yeah.
And I love D&D, and it's upsetting that it's kind of bummed.
Because it would make sense for them to do that as well. No one would be shocked or, like, angry at them. But yeah, it's really cool. And yeah, D&D is kind of buns, as you were saying.
And so this is... A lot of the theme of this episode is about how Critical Role have formatted Campaign 4 and the future of what Dungeons & Dragons looks like in this modern landscape. So as you said, they're running a campaign for 13 players because they're adopting what is known as like a West Marches style of a game, which is the kind of thing you're familiar with in general fantasy in terms of like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings type stuff, where it's like multiple people in different places achieving the kind of same goal. Like Lord of the Rings is this kind of story of these people going to take the ring to Mordor, but you've got like Aragorn and Legolas off like doing other stuff, and you've got Sam and Frodo like going off and meeting with like Gollum and all that like kind of wide storytelling. And I think what confused people a lot with Campaign 3 and what made people fall off is that they were trying to tell us like a story with this grand scope. And that's really hard to do with the same 8 players at the table. And it's something I've like run into running these like really long form like home games where it's like I want the world to feel big and lived in and expanded and like so big and luscious and gorgeous. But it's really just kind of hard to do when you've got the same people every week. It also lets the really kind of like popular famous people at the table take some more time off, considering they've been doing this like every week for the last 10 years, which I think is great. And so yeah, there's going to be 3 groups. They're going to do like some sort of like overture at the start and let you meet kind of all the characters and get settled into this new world and all that kind of stuff. And then they're all just kind of going to split off into their 3 groups, which have been split up based on play style.
Yeah.
Like based on what the players want in a D&D campaign, which... Holy shit! Like, if there's one thing that I know that people don't really do in the D&D community, it's actually adjust their games to what their players want in terms of play style. It's kind of a mess. And this is really exciting to see kind of a big company doing that and encouraging that. And to tell one large story, one large campaign, and to adhering to the needs of like 13 different people is so goated. So they're split up into 3 groups with soldiers, seekers, and schemers. Which is kind of like you've got a group of people who are like interested in like the combat and the fighting and they're getting up close and like being like aggressive, and then you've got people who are interested in like lore and like studying the world and like politically interacting with things, and then you've got people who are like scheming and spying and doing that kind of espionage style of gameplay. So not only are you getting these players to be able to play the type of campaign that they want to play in this like what will probably be the next 3 years of Critical Role, you also get to watch all these different play styles as well,
that's
which I think
thing.
is really, really exciting.
That's what I'm most excited about as well, because when combat happens in like a like actual play podcast, my eyes glaze over, because I listen to them while I do other stuff, and it gets really monotonous. But the fact that, like, if I so wish, I could just not watch those episodes and watch the other 2/3 of the show and still get, like, a complete and satisfying package is really cool. Like, the fact that I could, if I so wish, I could just choose to watch the cool espionage and the scheming and the political intrigue. Because, like, that's the part of Critical Role that I really like. Because that lends itself to a lot of really cool character moments. But then, if I find I'm missing some of the combat, I'll tune in. I'll give a little taste, of the combat and see how I feel.
Especially since, like, recently they've started doing the, like, abridged versions of the episodes where they'll cut down a, like, 4-hour episode into, like, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and they'll cut out all the fluff. And it's like, if you enjoy the way that a session normally plays out and you enjoy that group of people, you don't want to watch a, like, trimmed, like, edited version of the campaign. But if they're going to do that with Campaign 4 as well, that's really epic, because if there's a group that you're like, I like these guys but I don't love them, I don't really want to dedicate like 4-6 hours of my week to those guys, I'd rather take like a week off a little bit.
Yeah.
Then hopefully there will be that abridged stuff as well. It does take a while to like come out afterwards, but who is ever really caught up weekly on Critical Role? Other than diehard fans. But yes, it's very exciting. There's a lot of, I think, like, the video itself just spent the whole time kind of talking about how they were formatting everything for the sake of the joy of the players and the joy of playing TTRPGs. And it's really exciting to see how that's gonna like have like a cause and effect, I guess, on the tabletop community.
Yeah. And as someone who hasn't seen any of the like extracurricular D&D Critical Role content, like Age of Calamity, Tales of Exandria, all of that, I have not seen any of these players before. So it's very, very exciting to me because I get to experience a host of new players that are going to bring their own characters and play styles and that sort of thing. Because at this point, we've seen like the kind of stories that Liam O'Brien wants to tell, and Laura Bailey, and the kind of characters that Travis Willingham can do. And
they've redeemed Hydrate. Because there's no paint water in your tummy, apparently. Where's your mug? Did I not give you one? Brand new PP, who just walked into the studio like 2 minutes ago. Rizzy Izzy 69. Do you mind pulling up with a D&D Live Presents mug?
Please,
That'll be epic. Please and thank you.
Please and fucking thank you. Papa, I am hungry.
I'm trying to do the colours of this bulb less like how the bulbs normally look and more like the Hulk.
Okay.
And then if I hate it, I'll go over it.
I'm
not sure where the mugs are.
Make it like veiny.
Yeah. They might be in the mug cupboard. They might be in the special spot where they live. Who knows?
If I had a tavern, I would name it the Mug Cupboard.
The mug cupboard?
Yeah.
Yo!
We're being
Brand new
raided!
PP!
Mug.
What's up?
What's up?
Thank you so much. Do you want to say hi or no?
You're not on camera.
Good work.
PP!
Yay! Woo!
Thank you for the mug!
Thank you for the mug. Should you get inspired? Oh, but do you have anything left in your thing or no? Oh, you do? Okay. I thought we just gave you a mug to have it then be empty. You could split it with the paint water.
How was that? Did we like that, chat? Any +1s? +2s?
But after 3 years ago, I don't even really feel like 3 years ago. I feel like Campaign 3 flew by, interestingly enough, for me. Because I wasn't watching it.
Not for me.
I tried to get into Critical Role, and I watched up until... Look, I skipped the start of Campaign 1 that everyone's like, you should skip the start of Campaign 1. I did that.
No. I was in the trenches.
Yeah, and then I watched, I think, up until episode 80-something of Campaign 1, and then I stopped. And then I was like, I'm going to start watching Campaign 2 because I'm bored and I want new characters. And so I did that for 10 episodes, and then I got bored. And I stopped watching it. And then Campaign 3 came out, and I was like, okay, I'm finally going to watch this and be keeping up with it as it's coming out. It's going to be so cool and epic, and I watched 3 episodes and I gave up.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, I guess I just never watch a Critical Role again. I watched like most of Calamity because I like Brennan Lee Mulligan, and I realized I don't love Matthew Mercer's DMing style.
That's okay.
Don't come for me. I love Matthew Mercer. I'll say that. I love that guy. If I was playing at a table with him, I think I'd be having the fucking time of my life. It's just long, and I'm not great with it. It's not as like stimulating, I think, as I would like it to be. But that's probably just a me issue. But I do love Brennan Lee Mulligan. I'm a big fan of that guy. I've watched a lot of Dimension 20, and I know that that's edited. I know that that's not like live stream content. But I'm a really big fan. And I'm a really big fan of the people at the table. Really big fan of people like Abria Iyengar, who's also been in a lot of Dimension 27. Also,
that's where they took the hobbits in it.
Iyengar.
Yeah.
Oh lordy.
Anyway.
I have also really enjoyed like her work for Critical Role recently as well. I love the main like cast of Critical Role as well. I think they're like really cool and epic. And also as someone who's like been an enjoyer of Vampire the Masquerade in the past. Also a big fan of Alex Ward. So very, very excited to see this group kind of come together and for the status quo, I guess, to be challenged at the Critical Role table.
The balance of powers is about to change.
The balance of power is about this universe is about to change. Queen Elizabeth is dead, and
too bad you can't watch Campaign 4.
Watch Campaign 4. No, like I genuinely am like so intrigued to see, because I doubt that the original cast of like the 8 will be sticking together. Because they'll be split amongst these other, not randos, but newcomers, and yeah, to see them in a long form campaign that isn't just like them.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so interesting.
It'll be very interesting. And I kind of hope that like that sort of inspires the OGs to like step up and do like the best shit they've ever done. Because like there's more people at the table now, and you've got to really make an impression. I want to see what they're fucking capable of. It feels like Campaign 3 they took it a little bit easy on the character creation department. Not all of them though. Marisha Ray popped the fuck off. Marisha Ray and Ashley Johnson carried Campaign 3, in my opinion. They fucking killed it.
How much of Campaign 3 did you watch?
Like 20 episodes.
That's still like so much content though.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy that like we live in a world where it's like 20 episodes is not a lot, but it is like...
It's like 3 fucking hours a pop.
More than that. I feel like each episode is now like between like 4 and 6.
Let me tell you, when I die, a big part of my like life flashing before my eyes will be that like fan art song that plays in every Critical Role episode. I've watched all of Campaign 1 for reference. Didn't watch all of Campaign 2. I stopped partway through Campaign 2 because I feel like the big thing is like what makes Campaign 2 really cool, the big thing that happens. Because then after the fact, the like plot kind of centers around the big thing that happens. And everything else just sort of falls by the wayside. It's one of those things where like it's so popular that I feel like I've already experienced it through osmosis.
Yeah, that's another reason why I like kind of stopped watching it. Is like things were, it was taking like I was noticing that it was taking so many episodes to get to something that I already knew.
Yeah, exactly.
That I'm sure would have been a crazy reveal to be committed to watch like 60 hours and then be like, oh,
but also the fact
this person is this or what?
Yeah,
but
knowing all that as well is like cool. So like nothing of note, nothing like that happens at any other point in this campaign or any other campaign. Sweet, awesome.
Yeah.
Because like it's such a big deal that it happens in Campaign 2, so it means that like, all right, so the stakes peak there and never get that interesting. Which I was wrong. I was proven wrong. In campaign 1, there's a lot of like really tense shit and really heartbreaking shit that because campaign 1 is less popular, wasn't spoiled for me, which is amazing.
I know there was like some stuff in campaign 3 that like got that like level of treatment. Because I remember seeing like some like TikTok edits being like, that was a crazy episode, and then I checked and there was like 60, 70 episodes in, and I was like, I'm not committing to that much content just to see what happened.
Yeah.
Just have felt it. Like, I watched edits for things and then just like watched them because of the edit. But yeah, I couldn't motivate myself. But this 60-minute video on how this new campaign's gonna play out has made me absolutely want to sit down and watch this new campaign. But also, speaking of someone who was like, before when I was like, I don't love watching Matt Mercer as a DM, I do love watching Matt Mercer as a player. I love him. I think he's great. Because he loves to do things that make the relationship between the players and the DM really just like fostered so well. Helps keep the story on track, and just like is generally so helpful at the table. It's so useful as like someone who's an audience member who quite often will be watching tabletop RPG content and be like, just get to the point.
Yeah, Matt Mercer, who's like been in the driver's seat before.
Yeah.
Is like, oh yeah, I know what's going on. Allow me to help.
Yeah, he's really, really good at keeping a story going forwards. Yeah. And I know that he's helped play a part in the like creation of this new Critical Role world.
Aruman.
And how its story is going to be told. And like how the relationship with the players is going to work out. And what the future of Dungeons and Dragons will look like. And that is our next talking point for today, before we take our 7 p.m. break, which is the state of D&D in 2025. D&D has like obviously like it's hit its peak. Stranger Things kind of happened.
It hit its peak in like 2016.
Critical Role Campaign 2, like their biggest thing ever. Like if you look at the viewer numbers, they're not keeping up with what they used to. Like they're still huge. It's still a multi-billion-dollar company. But like they're not as cool and epic, I guess, or as like brand new fad as they used to be. D&D is not as much of like a brand new fad. Who knows? Maybe Stranger Things newest season will change that. But it's been dying off. And part of the reason it's been dying off has been just because of the management of it.
Yeah.
And the treatment of it by the people in charge. Wizards of the Coast is a deeply untrusting company for the people who support it, for the people who run campaigns using its system, for the people who run campaigns using its adventure books, and for the people who work there. We have been very kind of, what's the word?
Apprehensive?
Adamant about our dislike for Wizards of the Coast, just in general, and our desire for them to do better.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's the watching the fall off has been interesting, because when did you start playing D&D, Kale? Like what?
I started playing Dungeons and Dragons in the year 2020. Well, I had a Pathfinder campaign a couple of years before, but we all know how that turned out. But yeah, started playing D&D with a group of people that I studied with. One of those people was Hayden.
Wow, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Hayden.
Rest in peace, bus money man.
Yeah, if you want to see Hayden, go to your local cash converters. He's where all the all the pop vinyls are.
No!
You're right, he's with the chainsaws.
Foreshadowing.
Awesome.
So you'll get that joke at like 7:50 p.m.
It's a thinker. What the fuck were we? Oh yeah. So it was like I always had kind of been interested in D&D, but it was one of those things where it's like, this is too nerdy for me. I'm like a cool nerd who likes Zelda. so D&D is just a step too far. But I was secretly watching reviews of the miniatures. and getting really into the lore of the monsters and being like, yeah, this is cool. I don't like D&D though. It's for smelly people. Not like The Legend of Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda is for trans people.
It is.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys could hear the cat just then. There was silence in the studio and then there was a cat outside the door that just went meow.
The cat realizing that it's trans because it loves The Legend of Zelda.
Chat, tell me if I'm wrong about that. Every trans person I know loves The Legend of Zelda.
Do you love The Legend of Zelda?
I want to. It looks epic.
Not to fucking out you on the pod, my bad, sorry.
What the freak?
What the freak?
What the freak? That's a lot sooner though than I thought. I thought you'd had skin in the game for longer.
Nah, well, 2020 was 5 years ago.
I did think about that when you were like, I was like, that's so recent, and then I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. Then that campaign died down, and I was like, oh man, I want to play D&D. And then I tried DMing for a little bit, and that was abysmal. Then I tried DMing again, and then there was another home game that happened for like fucking 2-3 years. And now I'm here. And in that time, Hayden got me into painting miniatures as well. Because Hayden started painting miniatures, and I was like, well fuck, it's possible. What?
Yo, Printer Table, you did a really good job with this mini. It's really easy to paint.
Yeah, I would say the exact same with this. It's like, you could barely tell that it's 3D printed. It's very smooth.
Legit.
Shout out Printer Table.
The paint goes on so easy.
Like, speaking of WizKids...
I'm not a great painter, so it's really helpful.
Fuck WizKids, speaking of WizKids.
Fuck WizKids.
This shit has so many mold lines, it is so jagged.
That is a terrible mold, yeah. I guess because that is a miniature of something that was designed not to be a miniature.
And it's like mass-produced.
And mass-produced, but...
But also, if you're gonna be high and micey, do a little bit better, please.
I got into D&D before that.
Yeah?
I think. I was like... For those who don't know my age, I'm 21.
Get fucking outed again.
I'm 21 years old.
As a youth.
I'm 21 years old! I got into D&D, I think at like the age of 14?
Whoa.
Could have been 13.
That was like 2023.
Could have been 15. No it wasn't.
Yeah.
That was 2 years. Yeah, I think I was 14, and I joined this home game because everyone that I was kind of friends with was getting big obsessed with Critical Role because of Campaign 2. So I very much joined in holy hype dog, 5th edition D&D has been out for a little bit, and everyone's losing their minds, and everyone wants to play Dungeons and Dragons all the time, and we're so upset when our sessions get cancelled. We want to play every week for 4 or 5 hours, and a lot of the people that I used to play with then, I do still play with now, having jumped across many a campaign and such. But I have watched firsthand. I have watched firsthand the decline of Dungeons and Dragons, especially as someone who is the main person in charge.
You can call yourself a CEO. This is a safe space.
Especially as someone who is the chief executive officer.
Alright, it's no longer a safe space. Get fucked.
TTRPG content company. Who, for those of you who don't know, just deep dive lore on D&D Live Presents. D&D Live Presents. It seems kind of obvious actually, so I don't know why I'm saying this, but it was a pencil name. I had this idea where we do live Dungeons and Dragons as part of Fringe Festival here in WA, and I didn't know what to call it, and I was just well, we could do an Alice in Wonderland show, so it would just be D&D Live Presents
blank
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. And
so I was we'll use D&D Live as penciled in, and with the producer I was working with at the time, the wickedly talented Anna Asta, we just kind of sat there for a few weeks and talked about the show and talked about like what we were going to do, how it was going to work, brainstormed some name ideas, and I was like, I really like D&D Live, but like we can't be D&D Live, just D&D Live, because there's a lot of content out there that is just called D&D Live.
Yeah.
And it dilutes us a little bit. But then I was like, if we just call ourselves D&D Live Presents, that's epic. Because then we have a full name, but then we can also be like, it's easy to talk about us in the breath of just being like, oh yeah, D&D Live.
Yeah.
But when you Google us, you can be like D&D Live Presents. That's why it's on the logo, it's like big and little. Anyway, I'm saying this because...
It's big and little? Oh yeah.
About 3 years ago, I made this company. And every year, D&D gets less and less popular.
Yep.
And I remember being sat around the table with a couple of the people who are who were helping kind of like make the company at the start, like cast members of the show that we'd done at Fringe, and talking about how Wizards of the Coast had just released the thing of being like, you can't use Dungeons and Dragons content as like free use thing, whatever the like, I can't remember what the actual like term for it is. But essentially we're gatekeeping D&D. And everyone started boycotting Wizards of the Coast and started boycotting D&D. And we were like, do we, now that we've done this show, and we're not big yet, we still aren't, but they're like, we're not big yet, change the name to like RPG Live Presents. Or like TTRPG Live Presents. And I was like, it doesn't roll off the tongue as well. And chat says Luna Presents. Luna Live Presents. Renamed after Luna the studio cat. Maybe.
Makes us sound like Crystal Girlies though.
It does make us sound like Crystal Girlies. And so that's been interesting. And I think because like, obviously we do a lot more than Dungeons and Dragons content, and that was always the goal as well. This is the furthest I think we go from Dungeons and Dragons style content. Oh, I guess we have Gaming Geese.
Yeah, we have Gaming Geese, which has nothing to do with TTRPGs. We have we play just TTRPG
we
Thursdays.
Play other TTRPGs, yeah.
Which is just about it.
But like, yeah, we sit here and we paint minis that like aren't being used in D&D games and talk about Batman.
Yeah.
And we're still called D&D Live Presents, and that's fun, cool, and epic. But
yeah, Primed and Clueless. 95% of the characters that I've painted for Primed and Clueless are Marvel characters. I've painted like
except for the couple you did paint for a campaign. That we would do a D&D campaign that we did there.
Oh yeah.
There was like 2 of them.
There's some Harbingers.
But essentially, I've watched D&D die before my very eyes.
Fuck.
I've watched Wizards of the Coast take the D&D IP out back and buckshot that shit in the head.
Didn't even let it look at the fucking flowers.
And this was why I was like genuinely on the verge of tears watching this Critical Role announcement, because I was like, holy shit! D&D's fun!
Yeah.
D&D's cool and epic, and it's nerdy, and I love it, and these guys love it, and it's just fun with friends.
Yeah.
Oh! Anyway, that's my long story short. Sorry for the rambling. We've got other talking points to do. That is hard to sit here and stay on track.
Right! Thank you.
I will say I am glancing at the time like every 5 minutes to make sure we're still talking. How often do you look at the time?
Oh shit, there's time on that.
Will this new dynamic for the campaign for West March's style encourage DMs to cater their stories to the table more and adapt? This is kind of what I'm getting at, is that I think that the way that Campaign 4 is structured and the way that people have always tried to make their home campaigns be like Critical Role, and my DM's not like Matt Mercer, should I leave my campaign? It's like, well, are you Liam O'Brien?
Yeah.
Are you Marisha Ray?
Are you Travis Willingham?
Travis, the GOAT.
Are you Travis fucking Willingham?
The
No.
best Dungeons and Dragons player to have ever graced a table?
Oh.
You're not Travis Willingham, I
You're
guarantee that. Scootback and Dizzy has redeemed Hydrate,
Scumbag.
but this time with paint water.
Oh, fucking.
I've never drank paint water before in my life.
And
do I have to do it?
You're drinking it from that?
I've not even
from
got it in a
that?
mug. It's in an actual Citadel thing. Can I not?
You don't have to.
I am but a guest.
You're the CEO. The chief
Critical Role is to
executive.
D&D as Pornhub is to sex. Yeah.
Huh? Oh, you know, I see what you mean.
They're trying to see if the
That it damages.
serum works on. Anyway.
It damages the reality of it.
What does? What did I say?
Critical Role to D&D as Pornhub is to sex. And I found myself going down on people and being like, "You're not Matt Mercer."
Wait.
I'm
not Liam O'Brien.
Wait, what the? Ah! So you're right. It does ruin sex.
It does. Fuck you, Critical Role.
Also, holy fuck, Jester Gooners need to calm down.
Okay. Keeping things on track.
No, we're talking about Jester Gooning now.
I think the idea of a West Matches campaign is genius. I don't think that a lot of people are going to be able to do it because a lot of people are already struggling to get like their team of friends together. But also, say you're a DM who loves DMing and wants to DM every week, but you've got friends that you really, really want to play with, and they're like, well, I'm only free like once a month. Epic! You come to my house once a month. And we play with a group of people specifically to help make sure that you can play once a month.
Yeah.
Because these other guys, they also can only play once a month. And we all work full time, and we've only got 2 days free a week, and we don't want to spend every fucking weekend playing 6 hours of board game that sometimes we fight over.
Yeah.
No.
I think it is actually brilliant, and I hope it gets picked up a lot. Because it will also help with the gulf between players wanting to play but no one wanting to DM. Because if more players are going to a campaign per DM, then that issue will be clamped down, and it'll be really good for game shops and game shop campaigns. Because you can have the one DM there, and depending who's available to come into the store, have different campaigns running for the same story, the same world.
And like this is obviously stuff that is still like that is happening, and is like being already like they're not like geniuses for like coming up with this thing that no one's used before. Like it is a thing, but it's not popular because I think it's so daunting, and I like D&D in and of itself is very daunting, and Critical Role made it accessible. They made people understand the concept of D&D and how it makes sense, and how it works. Like, I remember being on the phone to my grandparents being like, I'm starting a Dungeons & Dragons company. And they were like, ain't that the game where you have to dress up? Because all they knew from D&D was an ad on television where they were all like dressed up as wizards. And they were like, oh, you dress up as wizards? And I was like, no.
I think you should.
We could.
I think we should normalize the D&D starter set for 2025 should have wizard robes.
I think it should come with like a silly hat for the Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
At least. Or like that classic Dungeon Master outfit.
Absolutely.
That's on everything. The other thing is that Critical Role did announce that they're not like ditching Daggerheart behind. They are going to be producing a lot of like Daggerheart content with side campaigns and stuff. Like Age of Umbra is continuing / starting? I don't know. Check that yourself. Something came up on my YouTube recommended today that was recent. They're doing Daggerheart stuff, and it's going to be interesting to see the normalization of branching into other TTRPGs, because I feel like a lot of D&D players are just like, I play D&D and I'm not going to play anything else because fuck me, I spent so long learning this game, but I'm not going to learn another one.
It's me. I'm bitches.
It's hard. People like just play a different TTRPG because it's fun. Okay. I've spent the last 6 years learning this game inside and out. You ask me what a spell is in D&D or how it works, I can tell you that, like the back of my hand.
And also, I love the world.
Yeah.
I don't play D&D for the system alone. I play it because I love the monsters, I love the spells, I love the races.
I thought you were going to keep talking, and then I was like, wait, maybe I should keep talking.
Sorry.
And then I lost what I was going to say. What are your thoughts on like the idea of these kind of entering a world where multiple TTRPGs are the norm? Like, people are going to be playing Daggerheart campaigns alongside Dungeons & Dragons campaigns, or they're going to be swapping between the two and maybe branching off into other styles of campaigns now because they're used to the idea of multiple TTRPGs, and maybe stepping into things like Monster of the Week, Vampire the Masquerade.
I think it's exciting. I think just because it's not something that I'm going to be doing doesn't mean it's something that shouldn't be done. I think people exploring all of these different systems is very cool. Like, were it not for being on a couple of TTRPG Thursday campaigns for this channel, I never would have played other systems. I never would have played GURPS. I never would have played GURPS. GURPS, and I mean this with all the love in my heart, I think GURPS is everything that I dislike about TTRPGs. I see why it exists.
It's pretty epic. It's pretty impressive.
It's when you get started, it's easy and intuitive, but getting started, holy fuck, you've got to like learn a programming language. And that's like, not to mention the fucking absolute hell of DMing GURPS. Oh my giddy aunt. In saying that, it's all in one book, which is very handy. But I digress. I think it's very cool. I think people should be experimenting with different styles and different TTRPG systems until they find one that works for them and their group. And I think that being more normal in the wake of like the mad scramble of people trying to like abandon the D&D ship and find what else they could do has led to people experimenting more. And I think this and Daggerheart becoming more popular will only further incentivize that.
And it's okay to swap your system mid-game, mid-story.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people are so scared to do that because they're like, me included, I'm like, oh, next campaign, I'll run Daggerheart, even though my campaign is not really working well with the Dungeons and Dragons rules, because I'm trying to run this like epic power level like fight gods thing, and it's not the easiest.
Yeah.
And not as climactic as I would love it to be. And I'm workshopping the Dungeons and Dragons system continuously to make it work. And I could just swap to something more narrative focused like Daggerheart, even though we've been playing this campaign for like 3 years. That is an option. You can just do that. No, like just play some one shots outside of the canon and then come back and change the rules.
Because you know who else did that?
Critical Role! They were playing Pathfinder.
Yeah.
And then Geek and Sundry were like, hey, you should run your home game for us on our channel. I don't know why I say it like that. I have no beef with Geek and Sundry, and I don't think Critical Role do either.
Sounds like you got all the fun.
No, I like Geek and Sundry.
I like Geek and Sundry.
Of all the things that I'm like,
I love loading my diaper.
Of all the things that I like consume to be like, this is what I would like D&D Live presents to be like. It's Geek and Sundry is probably the thing, because they just kind of do a bit of everything, and I love that.
I hate Geek and Sundry.
Pardon?
Huh?
Did you say you hate Geek and Sundry?
No, I said you do.
No, I don't! They're cool! What's the... Oh, I shouldn't do this. Can't remember her name.
Fucking, Joyce.
The girly who's, like, in charge of Geek and Sundry and, like, all things nerdy.
And she's an amazing voice actor. She voiced... Oh, I'm forgetting her name.
Fuck! We're fake fans! We're fake fans! They're gonna clip this and show this in years!
when we guest on Critical Role...
We're gonna be in like some sort of Comic-Con panel with...
And they'll be like, oh...
Felicia Day!
Felicia Day!
We're gonna be on a fucking Comic-Con panel with Felicia Day!
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like... Lego Batman laughing us!
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then Felicia Day will hate us and kick us in the noses. The knees? No, that's a different part.
Chess says, I think Baldur's Gate did more damage to D&D than it healed, but that's not a dig at Baldur's Gate, that's just people having unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I've got my qualms with Baldur's Gate. I don't think it's as groundbreaking, earth-shaking, orgasmic as people say it is.
Yeah.
As someone who's played through all of Dragon Age and all of Mass Effect now, it feels semi on par with some of those, but like... I don't know, it feels like it doesn't do much to earn its like universal praise. The story's kind of cool.
I feel like there were people who were playing Dungeons and Dragons that wanted to be playing Baldur's Gate. This is before Baldur's Gate came out. I feel like there were people who were playing Dungeons and Dragons that wanted to be playing a solo RPG video game like Baldur's Gate, and then when Baldur's Gate came out, they were like, holy shit, this is peak, this is so much better than playing Dungeons and Dragons, I love this shit.
Yeah.
Because they don't actually care about playing with a group of people and telling a story with a group of people, they care about experiencing a story with multiple choice.
Yeah.
And understandable, I love that shit too. But I also love telling a story with the people at the table.
Even then, like other games do that a little bit better than Baldur's Gate in my opinion. I don't think there's been a game where you can truly 1,000,000% control who the character is. They always kind of railroad you down two or three predetermined paths. One if it's fucking Fallout and Skyrim as well. But even like in Dragon Age, you can only really be so evil or so good. And same with Mass Effect. They knew that shit making Mass Effect, which is why they like were upfront about it. They were like, this is the evil option and this is the good option. I think Baldur's Gate, I'm not excited to play Baldur's Gate because I'll be experiencing the same story. I'll be experiencing the story of the companions and not really getting to make a story of my own. But Baldur's Gate.
I think Baldur's Gate was like in the age of like COVID lockdown, not being able to play Dungeons and Dragons. I think it did wonders.
Absolutely.
For the idea of like being able to fulfill those D&D dreams by yourself, even for people who also like work full time and can't like actually commit to like an actual Dungeons and Dragons campaign. It fulfills that role, and that's epic. That's goated. That's so good for you. But yeah, I do think it has its issues. It has its qualms.
Yeah.
I think everything for like Dungeons and Dragons, people are just too narrow-minded and think that like it has to be something, and then get upset when it's not that thing.
Yeah.
That's the classic. Yeah. Classic thing.
And I think it was harmed by the fact that it came out in like a world where everyone talks about everything they're experiencing every step of the way.
Yeah.
So like, I knew all of the companions going in, I knew what their fucking deal was going in, whereas like going back and playing like a Mass Effect or a Dragon Age, and like, because their fandoms are like more niche now and like were big and popular before fandoms really just fucking screamed about everything. There was room to discover who your companions were and like what the stories were going to be. I didn't know about Morden the Solarian. I fucking adore him. I love him way more than any of the Baldur's Gate characters. And he's a silly. He did like a genocide, I think.
Shall we do an update on our
people
before we go to
people who haven't played Mass Effect are gonna be very about that.
This is my Bulba Hulk.
Bulba.
He got purple booty.
Woo.
He's got like a hulky green back, which I might change the color of. I'm undecided. I don't know. He does look very hulkish, and I like that.
Yeah.
Because I think the green and the purple do go well together. I've got to do his eyes, got to do his claws, and I've got to do the highlights on his different coloured like little bulby scales.
He's looking good.
But that's my Bulba Hulk.
I'm redeeming this treant lady.
It is already looking better.
Yeah, I ditched the human sort of like just normal ass skin tone that I gave her. And I'm giving her, I think, a like Sylvaneth inspired ghost coming out of a tree type vibe. And I'm liking it a lot more. Making her look more like a dryad than just a lady in a tree. But yeah, very excited to see you guys after the break, where we're going to be talking about more stuff. We're going to be introducing our next Clueless comic.
Yeah, we've got Prime Picks.
Prime Picks!
Because it's epic. I put the keyboard in front of us. I put the keyboard in front of us because I have to hit the buttons, and Kale knows what buttons do what.
I only know that one.
We've got Prime Picks, where we're going to talk about the cool thing this week that we found, our minis of the week, and we're going to talk about our TTRPG community spotlight. There's some very exciting things coming up. And then our first Clueless comics. What?
I like it. You're talking with your hands, which is normal, but you're doing it in a way that's like. So our first Clueless.
And then we've got our first ever Clueless Comics Club. Because on the last Tuesday of every month now, we're going to gather and discuss the comic books that we've read this month, and the book that we chose for this month, which is Absolute Batman Volume 1, The Zoo. So if you read that, get yapping in chat when we start yapping about it. If you didn't read it,
Yeah.
that doesn't matter. Come yap with us. Talk about how you feel about it having not read it, because that's interesting too.
We're probably gonna go issue by issue. So if you get to the issue 1 section and you're like, well, this sounds pretty goated actually, you can stop. And if you don't want any other spoilers, if you want to go in completely fucking spoiler free, then
Yeah.
But if you stick around, if you come back, you can find out what we're reading next.
Yeah, go on, announce.
And it's like
at the end, the very, very end.
It's a complete 180.
It's Superman. It's not.
Yeah, it's Batman.
It's Batboy. Anyway, I can't remember which button is which. We will see you in like 10-ish minutes. We love you a lot, and we miss you already.
We miss you already.
Hi, dreamers.
Hello.
And welcome back to Primed and Clueless.
To Wiener Town.
Okay, we have a new PP in the studio.
I'm the PP.
Rizzy Izzy is helping run
In this
today's
Wiener Town.
episode of...
I was gonna say a joke, but you made me laugh.
Today's episode of Prime Pick.
Today's episode of Wiener Picks.
Today's episode of Prime Picks. Prime Picks.
PP.
I gotta do the Hayden impression. Prime Picks. Prime Pick.
I love Johnny English. I'm kind to all my friends in spite of my hardships. Well, I love that guy.
It's very cute. On Sunday, we did something, a very cool thing that we found this week. We went to the Battling Up Medieval Festival.
Yeah, we found it.
As we got dressed up for this festival, Hayden couldn't come because Hayden was ill.
Rest in peace,
Kale
Hayden.
stood in front of the mirror.
Tuberculosis.
In the hallway, this big grand mirror, all dressed up, looking gorgeous in robes, and looked at themselves in the mirror, and then walked out to us having breakfast, and was like, "I just had a yowie moment."
Gay. For those of you.
And I was like, "What happened?" Kale was like, "I just looked at myself, and I was like, it must just be like, I'm just really sad that Hayden can't see me like this." And we're like, "He's not dead."
Yeah, Hayden died of tuberculosis.
But that is the cool thing that we did this week. We went to the Battling Up Medieval Festival. We drove for a long time to get there. How long? Who knows? Could have been an hour.
Could have been an hour.
Could have been more.
Could have been an hour plus another hour.
Could have been plus
another hour.
Could have been.
Either way, I
Who
thought
knows?
I was in
We're
for
not
1
doxing
hour.
ourselves on the channel.
Never mind.
I thought I was in for one set amount of time, and I just did not think critically about
We
the
did stop
situation.
halfway, and Kale was like, "Oh, we're nearly there." And I was like, "No,
Another hour,
we-
sweet cheeks.
we have a designated halfway point that we're going to stop at and get cake."
But we saw a really good dog.
We just did a really good dog and we got cake.
Oh, it was the best dog I've ever seen.
It was one of those dogs that's the size of a moped.
Horse.
What were your thoughts
Yeah.
on the Medieval Festival?
I mean, it's alright.
Kale,
Overrated as fuck, in my opinion.
you paid $20 to watch knights in armor beat the shit out of each other
Yes.
and creamed your pants whilst watching it.
I did, and then the rest of the day didn't live up to that.
There was a lot of stalls that were just
Just random trinkets and
Timu shit.
Yeah.
Which there wasn't as much AI as I was expecting, but there was still some.
Yep.
But yeah, there were a lot of stalls that were just kind of Timu fantasy shit that I just didn't really care about, which was upsetting. I was expecting more handcrafted homemade stuff, but definitely worth a day out because dressing up was really fun. Getting to see the knights beat each other up was really goated.
That was the coolest part of the whole fucking thing.
Everyone takes it really seriously, and so it's not just a classic rural festival in someone's hometown.
Yeah.
The people really made it worth more. What was I gonna say? Oh, there was also this section for alcohol, and you could just test all these different types of alcohol.
I drank so much cider.
I drank so much mead. I think everyone else also did drink so much mead because it was friends of the show, Dana Brennan, Izzy, Kale, and Luke and
Brennan.
then also there's some chat enjoyers from some Primed and Clueless enjoyers were also there.
Yeah. Friend of the show and star of one of the shows, Sage as well was there.
Also there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of D&D live crew were hitting it up, but there was a fair few of us that circled around this mead stall. And I pointed to one flavor of mead and I was like, "Oh, that's cool, citrus mead." And she was like, "Citrus mead," and then gave everyone little shot glasses and poured us all a little shot of mead.
We all had our hands in this circle.
Yeah.
With little paper cups and we're all downing mead.
And then we drank that and I was like, "That was epic." And then she's like, "Next flavor." And we're like, "Ah."
Whoa!
She's like, "How about this one?" Then gives us no. We had 6 They had 6 bottles of mead, and they gave us all of the flavors. And I finished drinking the last one, and I was like, I'd already been at the port stall for quite some time, drinking a lot of port. That like, as she gave it the more to me, she was like, which one was your favorite? And I was like, I'll get a bottle of this one, please. And she was like, how much? I was like, how much is that? She was like, $24. And I was like, okay.
Thank you.
On the back, the ingredients are listed as 2 things: honey and Denmark rainwater.
And how the fuck do they make alcohol out of that? I don't know.
It was delicious.
It was mead. Like I said it at the time. I was like, why the fuck did we stop making this mainstream? You know?
Yeah.
I think I said to either Dana or Luke, I was like, why are we drinking fucking Corona when
I did hear that. You turned to me and you were like, why did we stop making this? And I was like, we didn't.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah.
It's right in front of us.
But I was like, you can't go to a fucking bottle-o and pick up some mead.
Put up some mead, but you can get some gorgeous bronies, and that's what matters.
It was very special going to a fantasy place, drinking some mead. We didn't have a leg of mutton, but we had something very close and very delicious. We had meat boxes that had Moroccan beef in them.
Because I think I expected that, like, there was a tavern-esque thing that wasn't on, like, the medieval showground.
Yeah.
That we probably just should have gone to.
We should have.
But there was a lot of food trucks in the actual festival itself. And this guy, as Izzy walks past this, like, food truck, this guy's like, you over there!
Miss, please!
Please! And Izzy turns around, and on, like, this stick is just this, like, kebab of mutton, some Moroccan mutton. And it's like, you must try this!
You simply must.
You simply must! And so we were like, okay. And Izzy, like, ran over to me with this thing and was like, you must try it. And I ate it. I was like, that's really good. And then me and Kale...
And he was right.
Me and Kale, in our little Hobbit-esque outfits, both got Moroccan SPs, Moroccan snack packs of just chips and Moroccan lamb and mayo and sriracha.
It was goated.
And then we watched this band play, like, medieval drone music.
We watched...
Be like... for an hour.
That song was about the sky.
The next song is about the ocean. I had a lot of fun. It was like, it was mid. Did you not have a lot of fun?
My eyes were kind of glazed over at that point. I was like, what the fuck? No.
Anyway, that was a cool thing we found this week. That was very fun.
Yeah.
They do it once a year. Go do it. They've been doing it for 30 years. There's another one coming up in York as well for the Western Australians. We're probably going to go to that one as well because it was fun. And we need to bring Hayden along this time.
Yeah.
Minis of the week. Minis of the week. Ba-ba-ba-ba-dam. This is Minis of the week. What the fuck, okay?
What?
Prime minis of the week.
We don't need to hit the Prime Picks button. I'm keeping this over here.
Yo, this mouse. Okay.
Whip it up for us, Izzy. The audience can see it, but we can't.
Is that fucking Moodang?
Hang on, spoilers! You can't see it yet. Remember?
It's not big screen for us. There we go. It's a little bit bigger. Don't full screen it because it'll change the size on the OBS.
This is Moodang.
I knew it.
Yo.
I can't wait.
You can't read it.
I can't read it.
I was like, you need to read what it says.
Chat, what does the name say?
Who painted the thing?
Painted my girlfriend her own little Moodang.
Yes, it is a Moodang painted for this person's girlfriend.
I couldn't tell you.
Like.
Yo.
Oh.
Kind of looks like Galactus.
That's what I thought originally, was that it was a Galactus Moodang, but I guess it's just like
Chat
that.
cannot read it either.
What did the...
I'll read it.
What did the fucking... Who made it?
Yeah, I need the PPP, the professional producer princess.
Why does it look worse when you get closer?
That's what I was
My
thinking.
doctor.
Senor Idinzi. Kinsey?
Oh, so you
Kinsey,
can't...
maybe?
So you can't read it.
I read this every week.
Shout out to you. Sorry we butchered your name so much.
Senor Kinsey, chat says. If you hover over it, I think chat can read it.
Senor.
As opposed to this. Good job.
is
Great
amazing.
work. It's really cute.
Solid fucking
As
work.
someone who is just a girlfriend to a mini painter, this my shit.
So is this?
Show some of you know what? We're showing some of your
Oh,
work.
no.
You've painted minis.
Oh no.
If that's okay.
Yes.
Derail.
Sure, Moodang
This is a prime
cool.
pick. I mean, minis of the week.
Yeah, this is
This is a
minis.
fun pick.
I know the schedule. Don't even worry.
Fucking.
Just don't show them too close,
Oh.
cause they're bad.
You don't show 'em
I mean,
because
they're
you go to
good.
see 'em.
Look at the fucking.
Wait.
Look at
Oh, I
these
gotta go back
fucking
to
guys.
I gotta go back to the big screen. There you go. That should be the big screen.
What did it?
Click back onto OBS.
Look at this set. Look at this set of beautiful fucking guys. That Rizzy Izzy painted.
They're meant to be like jelly vibes.
POV. I you run into me on the street.
Go. Phobo Mancer just rolled a nat 20, and I think that was to encourage your wicked sick painting skills.
Look at this.
I like the colors.
Just a partner of a mini painter. All right.
Oh, man.
All right, little bro. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Minis of the week!
That's Shinji.
What is the next miniature of the week?
I can't see Chaos in the way. Oh, Chaos throwing it back. Y'all are really missing out.
You know what we need
My cracks.
What do we
in
need?
this studio? We need like a webcam set up in like the very, very top corner of the room. That like does like
Security
a full
camera
like
in
a
the
security
corner?
camera footage.
No,
so that
because-
like when people go off camera and we want to show it because it's funny, we can just like hit a button and they can see the entire room.
No, because we'll be standing in the corner looking up the entire time.
Sorry.
What is the next?
Next one. Okay.
We've done this one.
We've done this one.
We have?
Yeah.
I made Izzy pick them.
Yeah,
I
I was tasked with picking them and I was like to Jules, I don't remember which ones have been done before. And Jules was like, it's okay.
We got sent this one in the Discord.
I will say the bottoms of the feet
Yeah.
are fucking crazy. Like, them giving the same love and attention as the cheeks, a little bit wild.
It deserves to be back on the pod.
The return.
Shout out to you. Wait.
Shout out to r/mini painting.
Anyway, we've seen this before.
Shout out to this
I didn't know that, but...
Jabba the Gunnar.
And then final one.
Well, it's fine though, because my minis counted as...
Your minis counted.
Yeah.
Ken
Okay.
Sanity.
I really
Chat
hope
says-
this one hasn't been done before. But this
Whoa.
is it.
Oh fuck!
Oh.
I love this one.
That is cool as
That's
hell.
a Sylvaneth. Those are the guys I want to paint.
That is the guys
For
you
sure.
want to play.
Oh my fucking god!
Did you pick
wings?
this just for Kale, or did you pick this for yourself?
Bitch. I picked this for me. What do you mean? Sorry, chat. That was me. I apologize, Jules. The PP chair has filled me with more confidence.
PP on PP crime!
Oh god.
Tune in for your weekly PP on PP crime on this episode of P&Z.
I was just
During-
really offended.
During the segment PP.
PP. I'm sorry for PP.
Don't get your PPs confused.
In PP. Anyway, I apologize, chat. That was really mean.
Might
I just
be
got offended
confused.
that this wouldn't be associated with me.
Might be confused by the Jabba the Hutt mini. I'm gonna be so for real.
What about
This
though?
is great. I love this.
PP approved.
This is really good.
I'm not P.
Good work.
Anyway, those are minis of the week. Now let's Google girls kissing.
No, close.
Yes!
Oh, go back to the
Boys.
Open, or you can also open Ableton again, and you can mute your mic as well if you
What
wish
if I
to.
want to have it on?
You were doing an unboxing.
Oh, you're already
while
drunk
we
with
were-
power.
While we were talking.
Was it too loud,
I
chat?
don't. Chat wasn't too loud.
Chat, could you hear me putting stickers on my Switch? Be honest.
Who you got over there?
Finally, TTRPG Community Spotlight. We were very, very lucky to be sent a free ticket to go and see the Together Adventure podcast launch. Local WA Dungeons and Dragons TTRPG podcast had their big launch party at the Subiaco Arts Centre on Saturday, the day before the Unbalingat Festival, and the
Big
lovely
weekend.
Kale was sent as our representative.
Yep.
Because I was real busy doing rehearsals.
And I went to speak with Scott McCardle.
The Scott McCardle,
The Scott McCardle.
the guy who runs Improv RPG and the Together Adventure podcast.
Yep, electric personality. amazing stage presence.
Terrific human.
Terrific human. I shat and pissed trying to talk to him. It was one of those interactions where like you like bet it all on a joke, and the joke just gets treated like like it was a genuine cry for help.
This is what happens when you're self-deprecating, and then people think that you're being genuine.
Yeah, but how funny is it?
Do you want to make amends with Scott McCardle right now? Scott McCardle, if you're watching this.
Hey Scott.
Kale has this to say.
Thanks for watching this in between editing all of the episodes of your new podcast. Holy shit. That's not the name of the podcast. The Together Adventure podcast is the name of the podcast.
Is this going better or worse?
It's going worse. And Scott's not even here! Yeah, cool. Thank you for inviting me to your show. It's pretty fantastic. I learned Kill Team.
So what did the night entail? So
yeah.
I heard that there was a special performance.
There was. So Improv RPG did one of their classic improv RPGs on stage. It was really fun. The events of that show are canon to the lore of the Together Adventure podcast. So there was that. It's got me excited to watch that, which is really cool because I was there when it was written. But it was really fun. As usual, as always, Improv RPG gave the fucking goods. Forever impressed by the fact that it is all improv. Like, you forget that it's all improv. And then you remember, and then you're like, holy shit, how is this going well?
And they'll do a little callback to the bit that they like got from the audience at the start of the episode that like you forgot about. Yeah. Not episode, but like the show. That you forgot about, and then they'll be like, because they also gave us tickets to their Mandra show. Yeah. And that was spectacular. And they were like, because I would never kill a narwhal. And we were like, oh yeah, we forgot that we were asking audiences about all these things.
Really cool. The cast were fantastic. Sometimes with improv shows, you're like, you can kind of tell who's been doing it for a while and who's like newer at it, but giving it a fair go. Everyone was fucking performing at their peak. It was amazing. I almost cried. Shit got like emotional. It was really cool. But then after that was the launch party for the Together Adventure podcast. And part of that was just a whole separate room, like at least a dozen tables, each with a different tabletop game happening, being run by, I had their card, I got their business card, but being run by a local, like Fremantle-based games community, and it was really cool. And I was caught looking at some of the Kill Team setups. So I was admiring the miniature paint jobs. And one of the guys just walks up to me and is like, hey, wanna learn Kill Team? And I was like, sure, all right. I was on my yes man shit. I was like, why not? I've got nowhere else to be but here. So I learned Kill Team with this person who very patiently ran it through with me, gave me all the strong units so that I could win.
Did you win?
Oh yeah.
I love it when they do that.
Because I love it when like
someone teaches you a game, but they like teach you in a way where you get to win.
Yeah.
I think that was why I started getting into Magic the Gathering, because I learned it like a Comic-Con in like 2014, and this guy just like let me win, and I was like, I'm goated at this.
Yeah. That's what casinos do.
Me like 11 years ago now.
Oh, you were like 3 years old.
Yeah, baby.
You're like 48.
But yes, thank you so much for giving us a ticket to go.
Yeah, I got to see the map of the world that Together Adventure is going to take place in. Got to see art of the party of adventurers. Got to hang out with some of the people who were going to be in the show. Got to shit and pee and cry in front of Scott McCardle. That was really fun. Just a great night. Just a great night all around, and very, very happy that I got to experience that. It's really cool.
Well, if you haven't already, make sure to go give Together Adventure podcast a follow on Instagram. Yes. And on anywhere where you listen to your podcasts, they'll be there. Don't even sweat it. I was listening to them on Spotify because I have Spotify. So if you're on Spotify, go listen. They're on Apple Music as well. all those other lovely places for you to get your nerd-filled content. And that concludes today's little segment of Prepix. Good work. Good hustle. And now, what are the excitement?
What?
There's some big things planned. Are you ready?
Sorry, I'm post beanie itching right now.
You're doing the clueless bit?
Doing the a bit, yeah.
Are you ready for? Clueless Comic Club! Ah! I made that little graphic this morning. I'm very proud of it. Hopefully you liked it too. We are doing a little comic book club, in case you didn't know, because we hit 300 followers on Twitch, which was very exciting.
Yeah, thank you. If you're one of those 300.
Yeah.
If you're not, be one of the 500.
And also we got gifted, we hit 40 subs because we got gifted a bunch of subs by the wonderful Drunken Monkey, and we've decided to do a little comic book club where each month we're going to talk about the comics that we've been reading, just our relationships with comics in general, and then also we'll give you guys a comic book to read, a little trade paperback book, and then we get to catch up at the end of the month and yap about it. Some people have submitted their thoughts on it on the Instagram story, and if you haven't done that already, go do it. So we'll weave those into our talking points today, because we will be talking about Absolute Batman Volume 1, The Zoo.
The Zoo.
Not a complicated title at all. But quickly before we do, this month in comics for you, Kale.
Yes.
What were your standout comic books that you've read this month?
This month, I read Absolute Batman, Volume 1, The Zoo. Outside of that, I actually didn't really read much. I read some Ultimate X-Men.
Classic.
That
Peach
was
Momoko.
cool. Yeah.
Is it staying together, do you think?
Well, staying together, quality-wise?
Quality-wise, it's been, we're up to issue 20 now?
Around there, yeah. But I read issues 13 and 14 recently. Very fucking cool. Issue 13, I think I overhyped for myself.
Is this the one you bought?
Yes, because I bought it physically, and the cover art is the one that... It's an Uzumaki pastiche, and that's really fucking cool to me. But I was a little disappointed with the actual story inside, because it's essentially a dream sequence for the entire... I got Breaking Dawn Part 2'd by an X-Men comic. But in the most beautiful, visually stunning way possible. So you can only be so mad. The rest of Ultimate X-Men is 5-star. That is the one 4.5 star I've experienced so far. Yeah, read some of the Sonic and Justice League crossover. It's extremely cute. I think I talked about it on the show the other week. But
In the kids section.
Yeah, and it almost made me cry. So kids are fighting for their life and their tear ducts out there. Batman gets Shadow to open up about grief. Shadow the Hedgehog. And it's brutal and amazing. And then they ride off on their motorcycles.
That is quite cute.
And the one that I'm up to promises Metal Sonic versus Batman. And Metal Sonic is my favorite fucking Sonic character ever. And I can't wait to see that showdown. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really been reading many comics. I'm playing Skyrim.
I've been reading a bit of comics, I'll be for real.
Yeah, what's up?
I've been posting some of my polls in the Clueless Comics Club Discord in the main D&D Live server. So if you're not in that, go join it, where you can also yap about comic books. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of Absolute series. I'm trying to get caught up on all of the Absolutes because there's quite a few of them. I'm fully caught up on Absolute Superman. I am nearly caught up on Absolute Wonder Woman. I've not read issue 10 because I ordered it to arrive because it had a really cool cover art and I wanted to own it. And then issue 11 comes out this week. So hopefully that arrives soon. I'm more caught up on Absolute Green Lantern. I started Absolute Flash. I didn't read further on Absolute Batman because I didn't want to have thoughts about issues 7, 8, and 9 when talking about it today. And I've not started Absolute Martian Manhunter yet because I also ordered issue 1 of that and I want to read that physically and not online. Yeah, I've been picking. I've realized that there's kind of 2 ways you can get into comics, and it's to like pick a character that you like and then look at their most famous stories and then just read those. Or if you want to be a part of like the culture of comics as well, you can pick some ongoing series that interest you and read those as they come out monthly. And I've been really loving getting caught up on those series.
Yeah.
And kind of getting hyped for this, like me going on like the Comic Geeks app and being like, what new comics are coming out this week that I can read? It's really exciting. I read the first issue of Black Cat and I loved that. Yeah, I started reading Exquisite Corpses, which is this like...
Whoa.
Have you heard of Exquisite Corpses?
No, but it sounds cool.
It's like 13 families are like the richest families in the world, and democracy doesn't exist anymore, and once every 5 years the 13 families pick like a fighter who get given a random weapon, and they're given like a year to train with that weapon and pick the person or whatever, and then whoever like kills all the other ones, that family gets to rule America for like the next 5 years.
Wow.
It's really cool, interesting, very like Squid Games, Hunger Games, dystopian-esque. It fills that little like void in my heart that I have for those like type of stories that were destroyed when I watched Divergent.
Oh. I fucking read Divergent, dog.
But it's also like it's very like, punk rock style as well, so it's cool. I did also read Divergent.
I'm sorry.
But that's my month in comic books. Yeah, I read a lot.
Wow.
Lot of fun. Not a lot of disappointing. Other than the new Gwenpool series is kind of buns.
Yeah.
Which is upsetting because
that
she is like my favorite character like ever.
I've been going through that with Mystique on and off.
Yeah. Anyway. Absolute Batman.
Absolute fucking Batman.
Absolute fucking Batman. I read Absolute Batman before we suggested it to you guys. Before I suggested it to you guys. I remember reading it, trying to get into comics. It was the first Absolute series I started with, and I read the first 6 issues. And I messaged Hayden, and I said, "This is peak. This is so good, dog. Like, you need to read this." And you and Hayden are very hard to convince to do the things that are fun and cool and epic. And so I didn't expect Hayden to do it. And then when we went to a comic book store, Hayden was like, "You better not be lying to me," and bought the trade paperback. And that was like the week before we started to do the comics club. So that was why we decided to do Absolute Batman. It was because Hayden had just picked it up. I just finished reading it, and I wanted Gal to read it as well. And also, it's just like one of the most popular comic book titles coming out right now. Arguably, like up there with like, I guess like top 3 is like Ultimate Spider-Man, Absolute Batman.
Absolute Wonder Woman.
Absolute Wonder Woman is like the creme de la creme of comic books. That is also peak. If you like Absolute Batman, you'll love Absolute Wonder Woman. What were your thoughts? Initial thoughts? You just like general vibes?
At first, I didn't like it. At first, I was like, this is some Snyder shit, where he's like brutally maiming people. He's like doing shit that should kill people.
When you say Snyder, you mean Zack Snyder?
Yes. Oh yeah, because there's another Snyder.
Because it's written by Scott Snyder, who I was like,
job.
as someone who'd never gone into comics, I was like, is this Zack Snyder's brother?
Yeah.
It's not. They're not related. Bro just happens to have the same last name, and that's upsetting for him.
Yeah.
But he's like holy peak, like the Batman writer. He did like Batman's like most famous, like one of Batman's most popular runs. He was also the one who did like Court of Owls.
Yeah, which
was like Scott Snyder. He's like the DC Batman guy.
Yeah.
For those playing along at home.
Which is very cool, and from issue 2 onwards, amazing. Him. And then the last issue I didn't really like, but we'll touch on that. It was still really good, but like when the entire run is so good,
it's hard to continue the peak.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I say it's the one that disappointed me, but I still gave it like 4.5 fucking stars. It's still really good, and like is a worthy end to the arc. I just have some problems with it. But it's really cool. I think I don't like the axe. I don't like him having the fucking axe. Because I think that's very much like, okay, like, what are you going to do with that other than, like, kill people?
He chopped off a guy's arm.
Yeah.
He chopped off a guy's arm. And then he was like, sometimes they can stitch that back on if you get to a hospital quick enough. There's a hospital, I think, like, this many, like, streets over to the left. Or maybe it's to the right. I'm struggling to remember right now.
Yeah.
In, like, a rub salt in the wound kind of way of this guy's a shit.
Yeah.
And he's treating him like one.
I love when he's being a little evil with it.
Yeah.
And, like, the run gets better at that, at him straddling the line with, like, using lethal force non-lethally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his knives I didn't like either. His ear knives.
Mm-hmm.
But he uses them less and less and to great effect as things go on.
Mm-hmm.
The hydrochloric acid that he makes and, like, burns people's fucking feet off in the aquarium. It's very cool. It felt like the writers knew that I didn't like him trying to kill people but getting lucky and not killing people. And it just made him way more clever.
Did you like when he shot Alfred in the head with a shotgun?
Yes. Because it was a fuck you. It was like, I took your shotgun and I made it non-lethal.
Yeah.
Eat shit.
That was, yeah, in the first issue, Batman is like, it's like a shotgun shoved in the back of his head by Alfred, who is this like the narrator of the absolute Batman story.
Yeah.
And isn't Batman's butler, because shocker, Batman is not rich in this universe. He's just a like working class guy. So finding ways for Alfred to fit into this story is really interesting, considering he's not like this butler character who's known the Wayne family for however long. He pulls up on Batman and he's like, "This is like the best shotgun you've ever seen, and I could shoot you in the back of the head with it before you even blink, and you'd be so dead right now. Only 3 of them were ever made." And like before he finishes talking, Batman just like turns around and takes it off him. He's like, "Oh."
He's like, "Oh shit."
And then he finds Batman again later in his Batcave, which is on this like abandoned rooftop of a building that like some like big company is only like only built because like they can, and they're not utilizing it for anything. He knows this because he's a construction worker, and so he's just got like this Batcave up on the top of this building. And Alfred pulls up, and there's this panel where like Batman just turns around with a shotgun and shoots Alfred in the face, and you get this like purely just like black and red shot of Alfred being like, ugh, like blood splatter, and you're like, fuck, Alfred's dead.
He just point blank killed Alfred.
Just kill Alfred, and then it's revealed that he just like modified this like one of a kind shotgun to just be non-lethal.
Alfred's like, he took my shotgun and he bloody ruined it.
And then
it's non-lethal.
He proceeds to steal Alfred's motorcycle and drive it off the top of this 100-foot tall building.
Yeah.
And that's how we end issue 1. Is Alfred just watching the Batman
just fucking leave with his shit.
Leave with his shit.
Yeah. Thinking that he gets the drop on him, going into his lair, being like, this is the end of the line, and just getting absolutely fucking stunted on.
Yeah. Hayden, who sadly couldn't be here today because Hayden is ill, did send through thoughts on Absolute Batman, so I'll be weaving them in as well. But Hayden did say no notes, 5 out of 5, which is what I expected. I know Hayden is a big Batman lover. You can elaborate more on this in chat. Big Batman lover, and I just knew that this had the pieces of a Batman story that Hayden would love. Because it had the pieces of a Batman story that I love.
And same with me. It had the stuff from like the Matt Reeves Batman that I really enjoyed.
I was listening to the Matt Reeves score exclusively whilst I was reading each issue, and that really kind of like made it for me. He is a Batman that doesn't have a lot of money. His mum is still alive. He has this kind of different origin story of that his dad was killed in a shooting in the zoo. And he gets like locked in the like bat enclosure while he's on a school excursion while his like dad gets like gunned down.
And he gets like mauled by the fucking bats too.
And so it kind of shapes the way that his character is still his character. And the point of the Absolute series is to strip everything that you'd normally know about the origin of this character and show why they'd still be the hero that they are without it.
Like Green Lantern doesn't have a lantern.
Green Lantern doesn't have a ring.
Huh? You telling me they still become Green Lantern?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Green Lantern doesn't have a ring. The Flash doesn't have the Speed Force.
What does he do then?
I only read one issue.
What does he do? Come fast? I don't get it.
Superman didn't grow up on Earth. He grew up on Krypton. So like his whole thing was that like he went to Earth and like wanted to be this protector of Earth because he was like this angel sent from the heavens as like a baby, and he loves Earth because he was raised by Mama and Papa Kent. And it's like, no, as soon as he shows up on Earth, like the government finds out about him like pretty immediately and wants him dead. But he still fights for human rights. Yeah. More so than normal Superman. I don't know. This is my free socialist. But Batman, yeah, he doesn't have his money. He doesn't. He has a parent. Win there. He got something. Gained something from this ordeal.
And she's really cool. Like Martha gets to do so much cool shit.
Yeah.
Martha passes the Bechdel test, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I think she's talking about this. Oh no, she doesn't. Anyway, she still does cool shit. Bechdel test or no.
I don't know that recently that the Bechdel test was made to find like queerness in media.
Oh.
Like the idea of having two women talk to each other about something like other than a man or like is it or family? I think is the thing. Something talk to each other about something other than a man or like you got to talk to another woman about something other than a man, and that woman has to not be a family member.
Yeah.
So like you don't pass a Bechdel test if you make a movie about just like a daughter and a mother and they will only talk to each other the entire time. But that's because it's supposed to read queerness. It wasn't like made as like an actual like test to read feminism in media. It was made as like a silly little goofy bit because Alison Bechdel, famous queer writer, came up with it to see if a movie had queer undertones, specifically lesbian undertones. Woo! Which is interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say trying to look for a gay man with that framework is gonna be very difficult.
So yeah, very interesting. Didn't know that until recently. I say recently, that was like a few months ago.
I didn't know that until right the fuck now.
Maybe I'm being lied to by a TikTok comment. Who knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, it then just kind of became like it's a bit weird if a movie doesn't like actually have that though.
Yeah.
It is a bit odd. And like there are like situations where like it kind of like makes sense. But like
a lot more movies than you'd think.
A lot more movies than you think don't pass it, which is odd.
And like movies that are cool and like woke as well.
It's like 20 hours of Lord of the Rings and it
Superman.
Yeah, even the new 25 Superman movie does not pass the Bechdel test.
As it is.
Yeah. And who knows if Absolute Batman does. But what were your peak moments? Like going through like issue by issue, what were your fave bits?
Like all of issue number 3. I love the like year 1 snippet that we get of him. I love his. I think it was like the aquarium fight, that whole sequence where like he has someone, he's like being pinned against the wall, and then he activates his like back spikes, and then goes into the fish tank, and the fish tank floods the fish like the area, and then he uses his cool fucking bat stilts to like connect to the roof, and use like highly concentrated vinegar to turn the water into something like acidic, and just that whole sequence was really fun to follow. I love that you see his like first attempt at Batman, and he's got like vampire fangs and a gun and red eyes. And he's like, this is too much.
Yeah.
This is silly.
It really feels like, I've described this before, it feels like it's Batman Year 1, but it's not a Jim Gordon story. And not that I dislike the Batman Year 1 comic, because it's a Jim Gordon story, I actually kind of really like it. I like it when stories about Gotham are told from the perspective of normal people, and not Batman, because it's more relatable. But it really feels like we're actually focusing on what Batman is like in his early years, which Batman Year 1 surprisingly doesn't do a lot of. Hayden sent me through some thoughts and said that they're glad that this Batman focused on his ability to instill fear and his mask. Bro is huge and frightening, but also he's still a good guy. And when Black Mask orders his men to shoot his other men, he knew Batman would step in, and that was his weakness.
That was it was kind of touched on as like part of the fear is him just getting really big.
Yeah. He is like canonically what, like 6'7" or something?
Yeah.
Crazy?
But him like
with like the armor on.
Because you see when he starts off, he's like alive and skinny, and he's like, no, Batman needs to be fucking yoked.
Well, you were saying you got bait and switched by like the first like the first issue or whatever.
Yeah.
That it shows this guy who looks to be like Batman-esque. And you're like, oh, that must be Batman, and then it cuts to
he gets tapped on the shoulder by our
Big
actual
boy
Batman,
Wayne.
who's like 8 fucking feet tall, and he's like, add
he's
away,
like,
little bro.
he's like
yeah.
the transformation from Bubbles into this is the transformation of Bruce Wayne into absolute Batman.
Yeah.
We did also have some thoughts from the Instagram. For those of you who wrote in. The last issue, cutting between Martha talking to Bruce and the presents. Ugh, I love it.
Yeah. That's something it does really, really well, is like jumping between Batman's origin and the current day, and like not specifically to be like, this is how he's applying this knowledge, but just to like be like, these two moments in his life sync up in a really interesting way.
Mm-hmm.
I am not immune to when the comic just shows you the Bat informational poster that's at the zoo. And it's like, bats do this, and then Batman does it. If you know what I'm talking about. Like, one of them is just like, bats are crazy, and then there's Batman just fucking laying into someone.
Yeah, I think the way that it constantly changes perspective to set up the idea of a Batman is really, really cool. And I think a lot of like Batman like movies and stuff don't understand that like we want to see what people's perception on Batman is. We don't just want to see Christian Bale being like, I get bitches. These Russian bikini models, they come into my yard and I take them out back and I give them back shots. And oh, look at my bat cave. It's an underground garage with entirely fluorescent white lighting and everything's all hidden, but it comes up out of the ground.
Batman was mad ableist for that shit. He made a bat cave that was all the big light.
Yeah, and even like I think Matt Reeves' Batman also I think doesn't do that as well, and why I think it peaks in like the first 10 minutes. Because it does it then. It does it at the start of the movie where they're like, everyone's like, holy shit, Batman! And then, like, you're like, holy shit, it's Batman! And then he's just kind of Batman for the rest of the movie.
But then he learns to be something greater. He learns that people take that image of him and they use it for evil.
Someone said, I like how Bane holds him. I've not read them. I'm sorry if that was a spoiler. There is later issues in Absolute Batman because they introduced the absolute villains, right? So you get Absolute Joker. Absolute Black Mask is like the main villain of this arc.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts about that guy.
Yeah. And then a lot of his friends that he plays poker with are like your normal Batman villains. They're just there. But Absolute Bane's is the standout of the series in like the next arc, in the next 6 issues, and that is what's kind of coming to a close right now. So if you really liked Absolute Batman, go and pick up the issue 7, 8, 9, 10, and I think 11 comes out this week. I know because my comic book order has been placed on hold until it does.
And they do not disappoint with Bane either. That motherfucker is yoked.
He's yoked, like, even pre-serum. Very exciting. I love the way that they've done a lot of the villains.
They did. They gave
series.
They gave Bane just the fattest naturals imaginable. Like, holy hot damn. You could suck on those for a week and get sustenance.
I think now I understand why Hayden struggles to stay on topic.
Because I'm talking about sucking on Bane's fucking heavy naturals.
Yeah.
His absolute luchador memories. His fucking, his Spanish treats. His absolute fucking...
Chat says that you've sold them on redoing Absolute Batman, I think, because of that.
Read Absolute Batman, get up to where you see Bane's fucking heavy naturals, and tell me you don't want to suck the skin off of those puppies.
I want to read more Batman, but now I feel like I'll get it mixed up in my brain with Absolute. I don't think you, will. I was really concerned about reading multiple runs of different characters at the same time because I thought it was going to be confusing. I'm reading, 4 different Superman things right now, and you just, kind of pick it up and be like, this is a different book. I'm reading a different book, and that's so chill.
Yeah.
And then that's just, how it happens. There's a lot of good Batman out there. If you like Batman, boy howdy, are you in for a good time because there's a lot of good Batman. Absolute Batman is really goated Batman.
And there's good Batman no matter what media you want to interface with as well. There are games, there are TV shows, there's one good movie.
There's one good Batman. There's 2 good Batman movies. Lego Batman.
True.
Yeah, there is a lot of ways to consume Batman media, which is really exciting. But if you really like just the way that the Absolute story laid itself out, I suggest reading the other Absolutes. My top picks from the Absolute series, definitely Absolute Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
It is just better. It's just better than everything ever written.
It's one of the coolest fantasy things I've interfaced with recently as well. It's just fucking cool. There's no other way to describe it. It's just the fucking rawest, coolest shit you've ever seen.
Absolute Superman is really good. It is a harder read. I think because it's not really dug in with arcs the way that the other 2 have. Where you read the first 6 issues of both of them and you're like, oh yes, this is a conclusive big arc that's happened. Absolute Superman is not that. We're 10, 11 issues in now, and it's still doing the same thing. It wants to be a long-running comic, and I'm kind of okay with that. I feel maybe just wait and read it all in one go. Whereas Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman, it's like a tasty treat at the end of your week.
Just like Bane's tasty treats.
Oh god.
Okay. And then if you like the other characters, read the other stories. Absolute Green Lantern's really great. Flash is really great. I've heard nothing but incredible things about Martian Manhunter.
I'm hunting that fucking man.
But in terms of suggesting comics, before we wrap it up for today,
yummy.
We do have
winner, fucking tea dinner.
Jesus.
What's up?
We do have the next book.
Woo!
For the comic book club. I sent a message to the Prime Clueless chat and I said, yo, what up? What do we want to read? And Kale said, I would love it, absolutely love it, if we could read this.
Whoa!
A prop.
Wobbly wiggly wobbly wiggly. We're going to be reading Volume 1 of Chainsaw Man. I adore Chainsaw Man. I have adored it for years. I was unfortunately one of the stinky people who got into it because of the anime adaptation. But I've read beyond that. I'm into part 2 now. And I fucking love this thing. The art, bonkers. For someone who likes looking at the pictures in their books, spoilers.
Chat says, what the fuck is a Chainsaw Man? Tell me about him.
Chainsaw Man is this. Look at this right the fuck now. It's just a whole book of this level of art. These are great cameras, and they're not even picking up the fine line work. That's Chainsaw Man.
This is a manga?
Yeah. This
will be the first manga I've ever read.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've watched a lot of anime, but I've never just actually sat down to read a full manga.
Chainsaw Man. If you want to follow with us, because there is an adaptation, I'd say watch the first episode. That covers a lot of this shit. But if you can get your hands on this and read it with us, please do.
It's super cheap online as well. Everywhere I've seen that is selling it for $14, which is less than half the price of Absolute Batman.
Yeah. That's £200 off for a family of 4. But yeah, this shit, just for the art alone, amazing. There are some, yes.
Does it have the dog in it?
Yes.
Pochita.
Pochita. In fact, he's the first fucking thing you see.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, good heavens.
He's really cute. He's amazing.
Yeah, do check out your local libraries as well. They will have. This is a very popular series.
Oh yeah, your local library will have this. Look at him. He's barking. Little chainsaw dog. There are some content warnings though. A lot of gore in this. The main character throughout the series does get groomed. Finds themselves in a lot of sexual situations with very, very dubious consent. He's also a little misogynistic at the start of this book, but it is kind of framed around him being a loner and really pathetic. The book isn't condoning what he's doing or saying. He's just kind of a teenage boy. He doesn't really know any better, and everyone around him is clowning on him for that. But a lot of people are using him with that, using that to use him.
Yeah, we realised we didn't give any trigger warnings for up to that now. And that's shit gory as hell.
This shit, entrails. You will see entrails.
But it isn't coloured.
No.
So.
But it's still like, there is a lot of blood. So much ink.
So much ink.
So much ink is spent on the blood.
I'm excited.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd say the fact that the main character gets groomed, probably the worst of it. He is also a minor, so that's a big fucking yikes.
Classic.
Yeah.
Kel's really selling it, please.
But it's important for the story, please. I promise. He
Also, am I correct in assuming in what you told me before, which is that like the main grooming subplot of this doesn't occur in volume 1?
It does not occur in volume 1, so you can safely read volume 1. The seeds of it are sown. He does meet his groomer, and it does become very obvious who that is. She's immediately treating him like a dog, and he's immediately like, this must be what human connection is like. I've never experienced it before. Woof woof. His words exactly. But it's also interspersed with shit like this. That's Chainsaw Man. That's Chainsaw Man fighting a bunch of zombies.
Yes.
But yeah, it's up to you if you're cool with that. If you're not, that is very understandable. A lot of
we're only going to talk about it for like 20 minutes.
a lot of manga does have a lot of sexualized minors. Is it a problem? Abso-fucking-lutely. Does Japan fetishize minors? Absolutely. Should they? Absolutely fucking not. So there is a little bit of that ickiness in this. So please, if this is your first manga,
be aware.
Be aware of that. And if you don't want to read it because of that, that is 1,000,000% okay. As much as I like to pretend I'm a big boy with big boy tastes, this shit is aimed towards teens. It's rated T+ for older teens, actually.
Yo!
But yes, if you want to read this and you're a little bit iffy about the contents of it, do your research. But if you do want to read it and you do really like it.
And for those of you who are like, oh, I'm Jules, why are you shaking Bulbasaur's booty while we're talking about grooming in manga? I'm trying to lie in the mood!
That looks really good though.
If you are like, oh, let me hold back on it for a moment. I also am not great with reading things that are like this kind of thing. I take it piece by piece because I'm just a girly with a big head and big thoughts, and big feelings. So as I read it, what I might do is I might make a little like list of like kind of little documented trigger warnings of like things that I've encountered, and I was like, that was a bit rough. Maybe skip this thing, or like just be prepared for this, and I'll put it in the Discord as a little spoiler warning thing that you can click on if you want to look at it.
Yeah.
And I'll read it before you do. I will be your little canary flying off into the cabin. And you can watch me die. Tweet, tweet.
But my goal is for as many people to enjoy Chainsaw Man as possible, as safely as possible as well. If there's shit that's spiky in there, Jules will safely point it out for you. Jules is being very cool and brave.
I'm gonna get it like this weekend, and then I'll read it real quick.
Yeah, I'm reading it right the fuck now. I love this shit.
And that is all the time we have for today's episode of Primed and Clueless. Kale, have you done anything to your mini since we went on break, since we put the pictures on our store? Oh, Kale's gone. The Bulbasaur looks pretty good, don't we think?
Yeah!
It looks like Bulbasaur. Shout out to Printer Table for the epic miniature. Tune in next week for Good work. Tune in next week for our Chaos stream. We'll be painting some epic minis and doing some epic things and chatting about epic things as usual. Hopefully Hayden will be back by then, so you don't have to look at my ugly mug for 2 hours on a Tuesday. We love you a lot, and we miss you already.
We miss you already.